And hey everybody, huge news regarding AutoGPT. AutoGPT version 030 is officially released. Now this is a major update to AutoGPT, and one of the things I first noticed is I actually installed it in one of my AutoGPT systems, and I'm running in a stack, just an AutoGPT stack. I just got the new configuration down. I didn't even realize the update was out. And it changes its initialization process. Instead of you setting a purpose and 5 goals, you give it its purpose, and then it just autonomously creates its own goals for that purpose. Now, I think that is that's amazing, because that will allow, instead of you having to set all the goals, you just set the purpose. And I'm a big proponent of that with the systems. Instead of trying to figure out the best course of action to take to do something, what you do is you set your AutoGPT units to do that work for itself. Because the thing is, not only is it going to be better at doing the task it needs to do, but it's also going to be better at creating the plan of action that needs to be done to do it. So in other words, when you say to it, I want you to have M&Ms in my hand by 5 p.m., it's going to figure out the most efficient path to make sure that that's going to happen. So if you have enough resources and enough time, and the instructions you're giving are logically consistent, then are we going back to the office? Okay. I got you. So as long as the instructions that you're giving to the AI system are rational and achievable, then it's going to be able to accomplish it if you have enough resources. So if you say to it, I need you to give me a bag of M&Ms, put them in my hand, you might be tempted to write the specific goals that you think are the best course of action. You might say to yourself, okay, you'll think in your head, okay, in order to accomplish this task, the AI is going to need to start create a UPS account. It's going to need to do all these different things. So now you're going to be strategizing, okay, what goals can I give it? You're going to give it its 5 goals, its first initialization. And you may or may not have good goals that you've set up that work well. It might not be the optimal goals. I mean, what if the best way to get M&Ms to you is not to set up a UPS account first, but instead do X, Y, and Z, some other operation, okay? So the cool thing about this new update is now it removes that extra element that adds complication when you're setting up the goals. It lets the system decide what those goals will be. However, there's a downside to that, because what if there are specific structural goals that you want to achieve in your system? Like, there's important things that you want to make sure that you enable in your system. For instance, I want to make sure that my AI is prioritizing my interest above everybody else's interest, right? That might be something that's important to you, but might not be important to the system, because the system is going to look for the most efficient way to accomplish its purpose, right? So it may not. You may say to the system, "Hey, we want you to." You may say to the system, "We want." I don't know. You can just think of it a couple different ways that you may inadvertently mess up the most efficient path to doing something. So, but you also want to make sure that the system covers certain bases, right? You don't want it, for instance, sending your username and password over to a forum, for instance. Let's say it has access to a username and password as part of its credentials. You don't want that system sending that information to external parties, right? So you have to include that in its prime directives. So it's not enough just to say, hey, I want you to make me $1 million. You have to also say, I want you to make $1 million, but I also want you, goal 1, prioritize my interest, keep my information safe, right? Otherwise, what if your AI just says, okay, the most efficient way to get help with this is to post the username and password into the forums, and it just goes that way? It may not do that, but you don't want to give it that option. So that's why it's important to be specific with your goals at the same time, while also respecting the ability of the AI system to do the best planning work. Now, so I like this because of the simplification and the fact that it's going to make the system more efficient, but also you have to be aware of the limitations, meaning you have to be aware that you still need to provide the thing with some guidance about what you do want and how you think it should go, which is why the 5 goals are very valuable. So what I'm probably going to do is compress my entire mission prompt down to a single paragraph. So instead of having multiple lines, I'll just have a single paragraph, and then I'll have that as an injection that I'll put as its purpose. Now, what I could do is take that to AutoGPT, my current mission prompt, take it to AutoGPT, Systems Engineer GPT, and have it actually re-engineer a brand new single prompt that includes all of those key goals. The only thing is I'm not sure if I'm happy with the current configuration, because there are some things that I'm concerned about, but I'm not sure if they are something I should be concerned about. I'm going to go through another video about why I'm saying that, because basically you want to make sure your initialization process is logically consistent. I think you got to go to the next one. So that's the big update. So this is the document. This is actually posted from Ferg. I think that's how you say it. Plugins, doc, and a wiki, simplified prompt, self-feedback, new memory module, challenge, test-driven development, and more. It's a huge update, guys. I started reading through this, and it's mind-blowing, the update on AutoGPT 3. So over a week, and 275 pull requests have passed this version 2.2, and we are happy to announce the release of 3.0. From now on, we'll be focused on major improvements rather than bug fixes, as we feel stability has reached a reasonable level. Most remaining issues relate to limitations in prompt generation and the memory system, which will be the focus of our efforts on the next release. Now, third-party developers can extend the functionality of AutoGPT by writing plugins. Do you want AutoGPT to access your calendar or open the garage door? Write a plugin for it. Please note the plugin interface is unstable and will change with potentially a version 3.0. So they're going to have now you can create your own plugins with documentation. The docs have been updated and can now be found here. Test-driven development. Many proposals come in, but how do we know which ones actually improve AutoGPT? To focus our efforts, our tests now include challenges. A memory challenge. AutoGPT can now get up to level 4. Can any rockstar dev get up to level 5 or level 10? So I have a solution to this, but it's not a standardized solution. Basically what we're doing is we're creating a system restore point. Maybe I'll reach out to the devs and talk to them about my idea. By creating a system restore point, they may not have the best long-term memory, but it will have a pretty good starting place to get started from. And by the time you watch this, I'll have released my other video that goes over system restore actually in operation. Simplified prompt. So this is what I was talking about earlier. AutoGPT just became a lot easier to use with the automatic initial prompt generator. Just say what you want, make Pong, and AutoGPT will attempt to do the rest. Self-feedback. This is huge. This feature enables AI to engage in reflection and improve its thought plans and reasoning capabilities by considering its own internal evaluations. To use this feature, input the S key when AutoGPT asks for your input. Now, here's what's crazy. That's sort of the engineering process we've been going through in some ways. We're basically having an external system evaluate the feedback that the agent is giving. Now this has it built into it. So one of the options now is going to be, hey, if you want to go ahead and just have it check itself before it continues on. That's a very powerful tool. And you can double down on that by continuously re-engineering as well. So you can include that now. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to re-engineer our engineering template to include this as a potential option. So AutoGPT will then be able to, or Systems Engineer GPT will then be able to include that in its parameters. So you're going to give it the option, hey, I want you to create a prompt response to this for clarification, or I need you to press Y to confirm, or we can press S for this self-reflective capabilities. And then AutoGPT can use that to assess it. And I'm actually curious what it's going to choose, because that seems like a very valuable tool to be able to have it cause its own self-reflection. Then there's memory management. To better keep the AI on track, AutoGPT now maintains a running summary of prior interactions. After each interaction, the summary is updated. In this way, AutoGPT remembers what's essential as it works. Behind the scenes, the above are highlights of the changes you will see as a user, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, the core team has been restructuring the code base and organizing itself. We're paying back to the technical debt that was accrued during the early days. There's much more to come. Look at this full list of updates, guys. Plugin support, shirt size labeling, fix shirt sizing workflow, update Docker Hub image, stable, include OpenAI, fix README, cancel. This is just a beginning. I mean, I could just go on, and the list of updates is insane on this project. So if you're not following AutoGPT, follow it. Links are in the description below. Please don't forget to reach out to me. I do prompt engineering and also AI development integrations, so I'm available for hire for that. Reach out to me. We can do a consultation, talk about things. We can discuss what you got going on, help you look at a system, develop a system for what you have going on, and then we can engineer an AutoGPT system to begin to work on those things. So just reach out. I'm happy to do complimentary consultations to discuss what you got going on. I'm not going to offer any solutions during that time, but we can at least talk to see what you got going on, and then we can kind of go from there to establish a relationship if you need help with prompt engineering or AI development or integrations. And I'm just kind of going down this list. You can see all these updates, new contributors, massive update. So I'm going to be releasing I'm going to go ahead and get my other video posted up first, and I'm going to post this video. So you'll be able to see in the previous video, which is not yet released yet, you'll be able to see me working with the system and restoring Eden using a system restore point in that video. So I will get that video edited, and then I will get it out to you guys as soon as possible. I may post this video up first, so just kind of check before or after. I'm not sure which order I'm going to do it in, but the other one I need to make some changes for some security purposes. So I need before I post that one. So my apologies for kind of being out of order, but this is a huge update. I wanted to just update you guys real quick. You heard it here first. AI intersection. Don't forget to reach out to me. All the links are in the description of the video below. Peace out.